1999 Chevrolet pickup, 1500, 5.3 liter engine. Front wheel bearing hub assembly replacement. For that, we're gonna remove our bracket all together with our brake caliper. For that, I like to release a little bit of the hydraulic pressure just by pulling here forward, so we can have a little bit of play on the caliper. The reason is for when we go back to reinstall it, we have more space in between when we put our brake pads back in place. So let's get to remove that. We have 18mm bolts over here on the back. We got two, one here and the other one back over here. So let's get to removing that. Also, we're going to remove this 10mm bolt so we can get more clearance on the brake line. We're going to use a bungee to hang our caliper here on the top of our strut. I like to put my knee under the brake caliper bracket so I can hold it in place while I'm loosening it up so it doesn't fall to the floor. So now we're gonna put them on our bungee and put them over here. We don't have to worry about our sensor. You can also remove it and use it and just have it as a backup in case your new one goes bad in the near future, before your if it goes bad after your warranty. Now that we have secured our brake caliper and bracket with the bungee all the way around, also we're gonna remove our brake rotor. This is your hub assembly. It's held by 3 bolts, 3 15mm bolts that you can see right there. This is 1, 2, and 3 right here. So 3 bolts. We're gonna remove them in order to get our hub assembly removed. Right after you remove all your bolts in the back, it's 2 bolts. I like to leave 1 bolt halfway, this one on the top, because they're normally seized. There's a hub assembly just normally seats to the knuckle, so we're gonna have to hit it with the hammer on this side, and we can't hit it here because there's no way to hit it with the hammer. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take one of these studs. We're not gonna reuse this one, so it's gonna go to the recycle. So we're gonna hit one of these studs. We're gonna take it out over here, and then we're gonna turn it, and then we're gonna put a piece of metal here on the back, like a backing plate, so we don't damage anything here. And then we're gonna put a bolt to that hole, to the hole, and then we're gonna release our Z's hub. I'll show you how it's done. Right guys, this is a trick to remove a Z's hub on the knuckle. First thing we can take one of these studs out. I have already removed it. It's just example purposes. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our hub here on the bottom, our hole. Then we're gonna put our bolt here, and then we're gonna put our piece of metal on the backing plate like that. But first we're gonna put a nut. after we put our nut in there, then we're gonna put a backing plate. I just like to put that in there so I don't damage anything on the back. The next step is to tie this nut on the back. Tighten it right there. While holding that nut on the top, we're gonna start tightening our bolt. You can do this around, but it's just basically on the side that you can't hit it with a hammer. The rest of it, you just have to hit it with a hammer and it will come out. It will break loose. So there you go. So now that we have our new hub assembly, we're going to start our backing plate. I'm going to put our wire through here, wire sensor wiring. Just put it right there. Just going to grab our hub, put it back in there. We're just trying to align our holes for our bolts on the back. We're going to install the first bolt. We're just going to pre-install it. All three of them. Our new hub assembly comes with a new sensor, like I mentioned before. We're going to just reroute it to the old one. It goes here, then here, and then the next one over here. It comes with their own clips, so we don't need these clips anymore. We're just gonna remove it out of the vehicle. So if they break, don't worry. Also here, we're gonna disconnect our wiring connector. I'm gonna go under here, remove that sensor. And there it goes. Our old one, our new one, we're gonna install it here. Try to make it we're just gonna hook it up to our main signal power or signal wire. There you have it. You want it to be routed kind of like this so it doesn't get damaged with anything else. And that's all for this hub assembly installation. Same with the bolts over here for the brake caliper bracket. I tied them up until I feel they're good, tight enough. Like I said, I'll look for those foot pounds if you want to go with the foot pounds, but I just tie them up until I feel comfortable that they're all the way tight. That's all. Now we're gonna install our tire